Twilight Registry. Case File 3 Echo 31. Transcribed from a personal journal submitted by an anonymous contributor. The contributor's name is on file. We are honoring their request for anonymity. The first note appeared on a Tuesday. You found it on the bathroom mirror, written in the condensation from your morning shower. 4 words. Don't take the highway. Your handwriting. You know your handwriting. You've known it since 3rd grade when your teacher made you practice the capital Q 400 times. That Q in don't, the way the tail curls under. That's yours. You didn't take the highway. You weren't planning to anyway. You usually take the surface road because of the construction, so you told yourself it meant nothing. That afternoon, you heard on the radio that a bridge overpass collapse had sent 3 vehicles into the river on the highway at 8:47 a.m. You had left the house at 8:45. The second note was on a post-it on the refrigerator. You found it on a Thursday, 2 weeks later, in your own handwriting, in your own blue felt-tip pen. A pen you know was in the junk drawer, not on the refrigerator. The note said, "The woman at the pharmacy is going to ask for your help. Help her." You went to the pharmacy. A woman you had never seen before dropped a paper bag of medications in the parking lot. She was shaking too hard to pick them up. You helped her. She started crying. Her name was Linda. She said she hadn't spoken to another person in 6 days. You went home, and the note was still on the refrigerator. You didn't throw it away. By the 4th note, you had started a log. Note 3, found on the inside of your car's windshield. Ink, not condensation. There was no explanation for how it got on the inside of the glass. Said, "Call your brother." Just that. You called your brother. He had been sitting alone in his apartment for 3 hours, having what he later described as a moment. He said he was glad you called. He cried a little, which your brother had not done since your father's funeral. Note 4. Under your pillow, you found it when you changed the sheets. In pencil, much lighter than your usual hand, as though written in a hurry. Check the back stairs. There was a crack in the 3rd step you had not noticed. A serious crack, the kind that might give way if you came down fast in the dark. By this point, you understood the general shape of what was happening. The notes were from you, not from you now. Not from the you who was standing in your kitchen with a log of 4 unexplained events and a cup of coffee gone cold. From a you who knew what was coming. From a you who had somehow found a way to reach back. You sat with that understanding for a few days. Then the notes changed. Note 5 was the first one that frightened you. It was on the back of a receipt in your jacket pocket. A receipt from a coffee shop you had not visited in 3 years. The handwriting was still yours, but different, tighter. The letters pressed hard into the paper as though written under duress. It said, "You need to understand that this is costing something." You read it several times. You put it in the log. Note 6 appeared the following morning in your journal. The journal where you had been keeping the log. At the bottom of your most recent entry, in handwriting that matched the entry above it perfectly, were 2 sentences you had not written. I can only send what I have time for. The cost is not to me. You closed the journal. Note 7 was on the back of your hand when you woke up. It was short. It said, "It's okay." You didn't know what to do with that. You lay in bed for a long time looking at it. 2 words. In your handwriting. On your hand. It's okay. The you who wrote these messages has seen what happens. The you who wrote these messages has lived through whatever is coming and found some mechanism, some fold in the way time accounts for itself, and has been spending something, some currency you don't have a name for, to leave markers along the path you're walking. Whatever is coming is bad enough that it was worth the cost. And the you who paid the cost wanted you to know, in advance, in your own handwriting on the back of your own hand, that it is okay. Note 8 arrived this morning. You found it on the kitchen table. You haven't opened it yet. It's folded in half. There's something written on the outside in your handwriting. Just 2 words, which you can read without unfolding it. It says, "Look up." You are reading this note now. Your eyes are on the words you are reading. You have not looked up yet. The registry has reviewed 12 prior cases of self-origin contact. In 11 of them, the instructions were protective. In 11 of them, the recipient followed the instructions and fared better than the projected outcome. In 1 of them, the recipient did not look up in time. We are watching case 3, Echo 3.2, with considerable interest. We think you should look up. We think you should look up right now. Twilight Registry. Case file 3 Echo 31. Next action. Recipients.